Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Girls Gotta Talk podcast. We're a day late and a dollar short, but better late than never. Am I right? So, I don't know what happened this weekend. It was a very fun weekend. I will put that out. It was beautiful weather. It was super nice, but apparently I literally just forgot to record. I went to go pick up my laptop yesterday. I forget what I was trying to do, but I literally picked it up and I was like, no, and I went to go put it down and I was like, oh my god, I never recorded the episode for tonight. I literally just straight up forgot to record. And I was like, and a sheer panic moment for a quick sec, because Julian records his podcast that he does with a friend, and obviously I use his I use his camera because I don't have my own to record my podcast episodes with yet. Hopefully in the near future that will become a thing, but for right now I use his. And he had planned last night to record his episode for his podcast with who he does his podcast with. So I was like, I can't even record tonight because I'm not going to take my stupid mistake and make it his problem because I'm using his camera. So he already had planned to record an episode. So I was like, I literally just can't record an episode. I'm just going to be a day late. I'll put it out on Tuesday. All will be good. But I literally I sat there for a minute in myself and was like, dude, how did you forget to record? But part of me was like, okay, that really means I was in the moment this weekend. I was just very present in everything that was going on, which I'm kind of okay, sorry, but but here we are. We're here recording. Probably the worst time because tonight, I was trying to explain this to Julian the other day, actually. I love the time of the night where, when it's summer and it starts to get dark out later than, normal. So sunset is, at, 8 or 8:30 or something, but, it's just starting to get dark around, 9-ish. After sunset, there's still that little bit of time before, it's actually dark. I love that time of the night, especially in the summer, because it's not as hot at that time as it is during the day. Today it was super hot. It was 82 degrees. But tonight it was 70 something, 72, 73 degrees, and it didn't feel as warm. It was super nice. So I took JJ for a walk before we were coming in to get ready for bed. And now I feel I'm sweating. I don't know if I feel I'm sweating because of the fact that we went for a walk. Like I said, the weather wasn't that bad outside, so I don't know, but it was also super hot in the apartment when we came back upstairs. So during the day, I'll usually open the windows because JJ likes to look outside. He likes to look at the cars. His new thing is motorcycles, except he calls them cycles. He doesn't fully say motorcycles. He just says cycles. So he likes to look outside and see those, buses, trucks. So he likes to have the windows open to hear it and see it all. So during the day, I usually like to have the windows open, and then at night, I'll close them and turn on the air overnight so it's not super hot in here. So I just did that. I just closed the windows. I just turned the air on. I'm hoping. I thought sitting here I would because the vent's literally right above my head, I would feel a little bit of air. So I literally put on a comfy sweatshirt, but now I'm kind of slightly regretting the sweatshirt vibe because I feel I'm still sweating. So I feel I'm here to finally record this episode and I look crazy. I'll just preface that. If you're watching this, I'm so sorry. If you're listening, you're probably better off, I'll be honest. But hello. Happy June. It is June 3rd. This episode was supposed to go up today, but it is now going up on the 4th. In case y'all want to mark your calendars, 3 months from today till my birthday. I'm just putting that out there. Totally irrelevant, but in case you're wondering. Yeah, if you don't follow okay, wait, before we get into all that, because that's just going to lead into our episode, streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, anywhere you stream your podcast, or we are here on YouTube, Girls Gotta Talk podcast. Yeah, that's about it. If you don't follow the Girls Gotta Talk podcast Instagram, I did put up a story today. I made this kind of like grid. I found a bunch of little inspo pics on Pinterest. I've kind of actually been really loving Pinterest, actually. Whenever I have to post something, I get all my pictures from Pinterest. I should probably credit it on the post, but all my pictures, all my posts, all my like backgrounds, like the white background, pink, like any background I have, if I just put text on the screen or something, is literally Pinterest. I just kind of look up like whatever I'm looking for, and I put aesthetic afterwards, because then it gives like basically what I'm looking for whenever I want to look for a picture. But I just put the word aesthetic after everything I look up, and it comes up with really good stuff. So tip for Pinterest, I guess, if you're looking for something to put as like a background on like a story or something. I love doing that. But I put up a little grid of inspo pics to preface that this month, every Monday, well, this week it's Tuesday, but after this week, every Monday is gonna be an episode that has something to do with summer. I'm not gonna give anything away right now, but I have a lot of summer topics coming up, and I'm super, super, super excited. Like, I'm basically just calling in the summer vibes. I know it's not technically summer yet, by like, I don't know, calendar day or something. I think it's like the 20th or like the 21st of June is like technically the first day of summer. But with the weather and how the weather's been, I feel like it's pretty close. Like, it's been beautiful weather. Beautiful weather. It's crazy. So I'm just calling like the summer vibes early. So technically, like, I'll put out all these episodes and hopefully prepare you for like the full month of like July summer vibes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, every episode this month is going to be somewhat summer related, and I'm super... Okay, actually, now that I think about it, that's kind of a lie, because this one, it's like, I don't know if you want to call it summer related, but it's a June related episode. Whatever. Anyways, I put that up to give you guys kind of like a look into what we're going into. This episode is actually from an Instagram post I saw. It was from the Instagram. I think that it's the is the Hyped Up Healing. I think that's like the of the account. It's kind of along the lines of the episode I did where it was like, keep people close who, because that's also, I think, the account I got that episode topic from. So this one, we're kind of gonna be talking about June intentions, and like in June we're kind of like finish a sentence type of thing. So I do have some bullet points for what I plan, like my little plans for June, my little June intentions. And I'm really freaking excited. I don't know. I just, tonight kind of was just like a nice summer night, if you will, like a nice little walk at night to kind of end the night. It'd probably be better on like a weekend, because like I did work today and then picked up JJ from daycare tonight, and then we had dinner, we kind of hung out, and then all of a sudden I was like, you want to go for a walk? Like, I don't really want to be inside. I don't really like sitting inside knowing that the weather outside is super, super, super nice. I don't know. There's just something about it. Like, I just get like a little like itch vibe. Like, I need to leave the apartment. I need to go out. I need to go do something. If I know it's super nice outside, I hate feeling like I'm trapped inside. So like, sometimes I don't even know what I want to do. I'll just get in the car and like end up somewhere, like just go for a drive just to like be out kind of in the weather. So I was like, you want to go for a walk, buddy? Like, I don't know. I'm about to like chill for a little bit and then put you to bed, and then I'm still going to be just trapped inside, and I really don't want that. I knew I had to record this tonight, so like I was kind of looking for something to do on the in-between. Between like we were just sitting and he was playing, watching Mickey. I was kind of sitting there kind of watching him play after we ate dinner. And it was like an in-between of he was going to bed and then I'd be doing the podcast afterwards. And I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, part of me was like, okay, let's go get ice cream. Part of me was like, let's just go for a drive. I don't know. But we ended up going for a walk, and it was really nice. I liked it. It was actually, it kind of backfires because then he loves being outside and he likes going for walks and just being out, I guess, which is really good. I like having a kid growing up that like loves the outdoors. Like, I don't have to be like, okay, turn off the TV, like go outside. Like, he'll just willingly want to go outside, which is definitely like super great. It's just the fact of getting him back inside tends to be a problem sometimes, because then he was getting really cranky and really fussy, and I was like, part of you, like, I know just wants to stay outside, and part of you is also at the point where it's your bedtime, so you're just getting really sleepy, and like when you get sleepy, he fights his sleep, which just puts him in the cranky mood. So that was not the best. I was like, oh my God, I love that you love outside, buddy, but like we have to go in, you have to go to bed. Like, normally his bedtime is like 8 o'clock, maybe 8:30, kind of pushing it. I think he went to bed at 9, maybe a little after. It is currently 9:41, and I'm not gonna lie, when I was setting up the podcast, I kind of felt bad because I just wanted to record it because I don't know, like I just knew I needed to record it, but I had put him to sleep. But sometimes he'll just lay down and he'll be quiet, so I think he's sleeping, but then I'll look at like the baby monitor just to kind of check in on him, and he's still awake, but he's just laying there. So I think he was kind of awake when I started this, so I'm hoping my talking didn't keep him up too much. But yeah, so it was kind of like really nice to go for the walk, but kind of also backfired because getting him back inside was just a kind of a hassle. But anyways, let's get into this episode. So for my in June, we're like finishing the sentence type of thing. The first thing I had was enjoying the sun setting later, which kind of just goes into what I was just talking about going for a walk, that time of night where it's like the sun set or is setting, but you still have that little bit of daylight, but it's also kind of cooling off in the night. Like, it's not super hot like it was like in the middle of the afternoon or anything. And I love when the sun sets late. I love when the sun sets later. I hate like the winter vibes when it's like 5 p.m. and it's already dark outside, or like it's 4 o'clock and it's dark outside, and I'm like, what is this? Like, that's that weird part where sometimes if you go to work like early in the morning, you're going to work in the dark and you're coming home in the dark. Like, all the daytime is wasted at work. That's the time I hate. The next thing I have is making more time for what we love, aka the walk we just did. I have time at night when I'm not working nights to like go get ice cream with him. We've been going to like parks or courts that we could find that are super close just to go and play basketball in the night when it's, like I said, the good time where it's cooling off but it's still light outside, and kind of that last minute like getting JJ's little baby zoomies out so that way when we come home he's exhausted and just goes to sleep. Lately I've been going to the park with him and he's been falling asleep on the ride home. That's when I know he's like exhausted, and then we'll come home, depending on what time, we'll either be eating or we just come home and it's after dinner. We just have to take a bath because he's been outside all night and going straight to bed. Like, he's just exhausted. I love that. It makes bedtime 10 times easier because he just ran everything out of him, and now he's super tied, which is what we want. The next thing I had was being more present, which also is kind of, I guess, what I got into in the beginning part of this episode when I was saying I forgot to record. I was just, I guess, completely present this weekend, which, like I said, when I think about it, is great because I'm like, I don't have to be like, okay, well, we can't do this because I have to do this, like, or I'm just thinking about when I'm recording this episode or what episode I'm even recording for the night and not paying attention to either where we are or what we're doing. Apparently this weekend I was just in it. I was involved in JJ and the park and everything we did, enjoying the weather, like all that stuff, which I actually love. I feel like being just present and like not doing work or involved in any type of work is kind of just, I don't know, like not relaxing because you're still out and about doing a lot of stuff, but like relaxing because you're not either stressing or worrying about or thinking about all the side stuff I have to do, like this podcast or whatever. But now that I have the time when he's asleep and it's like a downtime for me, I can sit here and record for however long I need to record for. But in the moment during the day, I was completely present, if that makes sense. The next thing I have was in June, we're enjoying the weather getting nicer. I feel like I just went on like a whole spiel and just talked before actually getting into this episode and said everything I was going to say in this episode. The weather has been so beautiful lately. Like, I think after, like, today I said was like 82 degrees, 83 degrees was the high, and like the rest of this week is supposed to be like mid 70s, like still 70 to 75, somewhere in there all week, which is still beautiful weather. So I'm super excited. In June, we're making space for more to come. This, I think some of these I might have actually taken like from the Instagram post, but this one gets me really excited because making space for more to come for me means like, I don't know, like opportunities to do something, or I don't really know how to explain this. Like, I know I talked a lot about wanting like more, but not knowing what that more is. This, I'm trying to make space for that to like come into effect for me, to come and like present itself for me, to be like, this is what I've been wanting to do. This is what I've been looking for. This is the more that I've needed. I don't know. Just, I feel like I've had a lot more time. I don't want to say like for myself, but just to be doing a little more. So I'm really excited for like me to fill that space with what I'd be wanting to do, or like time with JJ, like all that stuff. The last thing I have for in June is just enjoying life. Literally this weekend was like the most, I don't know, like that's just what I want to do. Like going to the park with him and having it like me and him time, going to dinner. I went to dinner with my parents yesterday, and then we went to the park afterwards with him. Like, I don't know, just like I said, a lot of the extra time I feel like I've been having. I feel like switching jobs is definitely something I needed in my life, because I feel like even though I'm still kind of working the same, like I'm working the same amount of hours, but being much closer to home, I feel is just giving me so much more time. It's so weird. It's so hard to explain, but it's the greatest thing ever. And it's definitely what I've needed, especially with having a young child right now, because I feel like I wasn't getting a lot of time with him or being able to see him or just having a lot of free time in general. And now I feel like I have a lot of time for all of that. And it's definitely such a blessing. I love it so much. The next category I have are little June intentions. The first thing I have was what I had just talked about, was starting something more, trying to find the more I've been looking for. I know I keep mentioning it and I still don't know what it is or what I want, or even like what I want it to be. But I know I just want to like be doing something. I don't know if it's like another side little hobby, if it's something more for this podcast, if it's something more for YouTube in general. Like, I don't know. I just want, like, part of me wants to be working on stuff during my free time, which is really weird because I used to always like want like free time to just be like relaxing and either like reading or catching up on like YouTube videos or like TV shows or something. But now when I sit and like have either that YouTube video on in the background or a little TV show that I've watched a million times, so I don't actually have to sit there and watch it, I want to be doing something. I want to be like working on, like, I don't want to say project, whether it's like a video or something. I want to get back into like recording YouTube videos and having like that little editing session in my free time, or like researching something that I'm interested in and kind of like self-teaching myself something. I don't know, or like having a hobby I could just do while I'm watching YouTube or a TV show or something. I don't know, but I need to find something because I don't know. Like I said, I've just been wanting more lately for myself. The next thing I have is getting more ahead on work so I do have more free time. Mostly for this is, I know I went through a couple periods where I was ahead on like recording podcasts, so that way like they were recorded. If anything, I just needed to schedule an upload, if not just upload, which makes life so much easier. It cuts out this whole like hour-ish it takes to record. So like if I batch record or have just a lot done beforehand, I have more time during the day. Like yesterday, granted I didn't record, but normally like at night I would have had to like record, edit, and upload, like schedule, like all that stuff that I've normally been doing for honestly probably since I started this podcast. And I want to actually, like, I fully want to get myself to the point where when I have the free time, sometimes I'm like, oh, I just don't want to do it now, or I'll just record tonight, it's fine type of mentality. I want to sit myself down and be like, no, like, you're going to record at least an episode now. If you record an episode now and an episode later, you're already a week ahead, if that makes sense. I definitely want to get into that rhythm. And because then I'll kind of be recording less during the month, which just frees up a lot more free time, which I could either have the free time, like spending time with like friends, family, obviously JJ, like stuff like that. Or I could be spending that free time with everything I just talked about of wanting more and like into that whatever hobby or task I end up finding for myself. So that's definitely the goal. Hopefully, I get on that track soon and start to put myself in that direction. The next thing I have for June intentions is enjoy the time we're in / the moments happening. This is kind of going back to my like being more present statement I had before of just enjoying everything that's happening, not having to worry about either like the after, like what has to get done after this moment, or what has to get done tomorrow, or what has to get done this weekend type of thing. I just want to sit in the moment that we're in, the day we're in, the time we're in, and just enjoy everything going on. Like I said, with my job change and everything else, it's giving me, I feel like, more time for honestly anything. And I've been loving that. And the fact that it is coming up on summertime, I feel like I haven't really had a summertime in a few years, if I'm being honest, because I always just like maxed out on work, and then my commute back and forth just cut out a lot of time, and I have more weekends off than I ever have, and that I feel like has been such a switch as well, because I don't know, like when I'm on the weekends, like I always just worked. I never really had weekends off, so now it's like a whole day off or a whole couple days off. It's really like a game changer. It's so weird that it's just like a whole different world almost, but it's such a game changer, especially in the summer. So I definitely want to take advantage of that and either plan some stuff, do some stuff, either with myself or with JJ, that I'm definitely looking forward to. So I'm super excited for that. And then I just enjoy like those moments that we do have and whatever we like plan and end up doing. The last thing I had for June intentions is become a little bit more of a morning person. This is definitely kind of a game changer for me, because if you know me, like I have never really been a morning person. I've not really been, never ever have been a morning person. My morning is like 9-10 a.m., which honestly, like, I don't know. For some people, that's really late. For some people, that's early. Like, it depends on who you're talking to. For me, that's like how my mornings were. If not, like, I know when I was in like high school and you're sleeping in on the weekends because you don't have school, it was like 11 a.m. I was like waking up between 11 and 11:30, and by then, like, your day is half gone. I don't want to say, like, I want to be one of those people that wakes up at 5 a.m. and does everything in the morning. So by the time JJ would wake up at like 8, I feel like it's 12 in the afternoon. I wouldn't mind like a 7-8 a.m. wake up. I typically have my alarm set for like 7:30 Monday through Friday for getting like kind of myself up and like starting to get ready, but I get up to drop JJ off at daycare before I go to work. So I'm not going to lie, my alarm probably goes off at 7:30 and I'm probably still in bed at 8:30. I literally will hit snooze on my phone for an hour, which I feel like part of me needs to stop, because that's just crazy. Like at that point, I could just set my alarm for 8:30. I am definitely not, I don't think I ever will be, the type of person that can just shut my alarm off and get right out of bed. Fun fact, if I do, like if I wake up and just jump out of bed, I get the worst headache. Like I have to lay in bed for a little bit to kind of wake myself up before I actually get out of bed, or it's probably just going to be downhill spiral from there. Yeah, so I definitely will probably have to at least hit snooze like 3 or 4 times, I'm not going to lie. But I feel like an hour is probably a bit excessive. So I'm trying to change that a little bit. I wouldn't mind being the type of person that'll like get up at like 7-8 a.m., you know, actually have breakfast. I never usually have breakfast, which I feel is really bad. I probably should be eating breakfast. I usually would just like end up getting a coffee either on the way home from dropping off JJ or like on the way to work, and just calling that like my morning. I should probably start taking better care of like breakfast stuff in the morning. So I wouldn't mind like waking up a little early, making a coffee, making some breakfast. Even if I do have like a little time before JJ wakes up, if I sat there for like, even if it was just like a half hour, even if it was like 20 minutes, I feel like to get myself a little situated before actually I feel like starting my day, that would be kind of ideal. I actually would love being able to like wake up early enough to watch like a sunrise here or there, but I know that's just getting a little ahead of myself. I cannot see myself just like getting up to watch a sunset willingly. I mean, a sunrise willingly. Yeah, I don't think I'll get that far with myself. But like I said, 7-8 a.m., which to me used to be like sunrise. Like obviously the sun is up before then, but like to me that was super early. Now I wouldn't mind it so much. I do kind of want to get myself kind of in that pace. I know I take the weekends to kind of sleep in a little bit. I know that's a time like JJ sleeps in a little bit with like a full day of daycare and waking up and, like I said, walks and parks and everything, and getting all his energy out by Saturday morning. He's like exhausted and will sleep in till like 8-9 o'clock, which is great because I'll sleep in till 8-9 o'clock. So yeah, but then like think about it, like a nice Saturday morning, if I wake up at 7 and he's not up until like 8-9 o'clock, I have that little bit of time to myself. And like even if because Julian will be home, if I like take a little ride by myself and get coffee by myself, breakfast, come home, relax, that little bit sounds amazing. I don't know, here and there, every now and again, that sounds like a great time. So I want to get myself kind of on board with that and in that direction. But with that being said, that is everything I have for intentions for June, little plans for June. Like I said, this month after this is going to be all summer related. I'm super excited. Hopefully bringing in the good summer vibes, good summer weather, good summer plans. I don't really have any plans yet for summer. I haven't really thought that far ahead, but we're getting closer and I'm just super, super excited. But thank you guys so much for listening. I'm sorry I forgot to record, but hopefully a day late isn't as bad as just not recording at all. Like I said, better late than never, I guess. I don't know. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you next Monday, back on track with a brand new episode. Bye.